Hello, and welcome to the Blue Cloud Support Series. My name's Cameron, and today we're going to take a look at how to use your desk phone. We're going to cover some basic call handling, as well as some of the features available on our service. So, without further ado, let's head on over to my desk phone and take a look. To place an outbound call, you'll simply dial the number you want to call and then press dial. Now you'll notice that currently in the idle screen, we have certain keys that are on the screen here. These are actually going to change depending on which part of the phone you're using. So when you start dialing, you'll see that they change. Now, when you're dialing, you can use the back key to delete a number if you make a mistake, and you can add it back in. And then we're going to click dial here to start the call. And that's it, you're making your call. All right. When you're ready to end the call, you'll just press this red button here. And that's it. Next up, let's go over some in-call features as well as the volume controls. The volume controls can be found here, the plus and minus button. Now, when you're not touching the phone, it's actually going to control the ringer volume. So you can push plus to make it go up, minus to go down. When you are using the speakerphone mode, so I'm going to get into a call here by dialing the number and then pressing dial. When you start the call, it'll go into speakerphone mode. This is now changing the speakerphone volume. If you want to switch to handset mode, you'll simply pick up the handset, and now it is changing the handset volume. And I'm going to switch back to speakerphone mode, so I'm going to click this button and we can set the handset down. Next up, we have the hold button here. So if you want to put the caller on hold, you'll just press the hold button. You'll see that the red light up here has changed and it says hold on the screen. When you're ready to resume the call, just click the resume button here and you're talking to the person again. Now this is different from the mute button in the bottom right here. When you press the mute button, they're not going to be able to hear you, but you will be able to hear them still. Versus the hold, neither party will be able to hear each other. Now this hold and resume button can also be used on this button here with the pause and the handset icon. So these two will do the same function. In order to check missed calls and voicemail notifications, these will show up on your screen. It'll say one missed call, one new voicemail, and if your phone has a light on it, it'll blink red. And so in order to check it, all you'll do for missed calls, you'll actually press the down arrow. So this is a circular pad here. The down arrow is a button, so you'll press it. This will be your missed call list. You can go up and down through the calls and press the button to dial if you'd like to call someone back. In order to exit, you'll just click the left side here. The right arrow will show placed calls, and then if you click the left side to go back again, click the left one will be your received calls. So these are all your call lists. For voicemails, in order to check those, you'll click on the voicemail button. And if your phone does not have a voicemail button, you can dial 5001 and then press dial. It'll ask for your PIN. You'll enter your PIN and press the pound key. And after that, you can follow the prompts to listen to your voicemails. Let's end this call by clicking the end button, and we'll go over the types of transfers that are available on our system. There are two kinds of transfers, a blind transfer and an announced transfer. A blind transfer will transfer the call directly to your coworker, regardless if they are on the phone or not. If they do not pick up the phone, it will go to their voicemail. This is different from an announced transfer. The announced transfer allows you to send the call over to your coworker, and if they're not available, you'll bring the call back. And if they are available, your coworker can take the call. So I'm going to show you how this works. All right, so let's say that someone has called in to our phone and we need to do a blind transfer to our coworker. In this case, we're going to send the call directly over, and if they're available, they can pick up the phone. If not, it will go to their voicemail. I'm going to press and hold the transfer button. When you press and hold it, it will show blind transfer to on the screen. And from here, you can type in your coworker's extension, or you can use the speed dial keys to send the call over. So for this one, I'm going to type in 101, click send, and now the call has been sent to our coworker at extension 101. They're leaving a message, and when they're done, your coworker can get that message. Next, let's go over the announced transfer. Now with this transfer, you'll be able to check with your coworker first to see if they're available. If they're not available, then you can pull the call back and you can manage the call from there. So you would use this transfer if you wanted to make sure that the caller did not end up in a voicemail box. So what we're gonna do is, let's say that someone has called in to our extension and we picked it up and they're asking for our coworker. So let's see if they're available. Now what we're going to do is we're going to press the transfer button and we're going to short press it this time. So short press, it now says transfer to, and from here we can type in our coworker's extension, press the send button. We're now talking to our coworker. If they are available, we can push the call through. If they are not available, then we can cancel the call. So if we push cancel right now, we'll be talking to the original caller. If we push transfer, then they will be transferred to our coworker. There's one more variation of the blind transfer that you can use, and this is the transfer to voicemail. So let's say that you just did an announced transfer but actually need to have the caller leave a voicemail in someone else's mailbox. You can do that. And so I'm going to get the caller on the line. So once they've called in and we're talking to them, we're going to do the blind transfer, but this time instead of typing in their extension, we're going to type in 03 followed by their extension. 03 is the short code to transfer directly to voicemail, and then the extension number will say what mailbox it goes to. So in this case, we'll blind transfer, so press and hold, 03 followed by the extension 101, click send. And now the caller is leaving a voicemail in our coworker's extension mailbox. In some cases, you might find that you need to transfer a caller to a cell phone. And so you can do that just using the blind transfer instructions, but instead of typing in your coworker's extension, you'll just type in the full telephone number. So you get the caller on the line, and once they're on the line, we're gonna do the blind transfer. So press and hold, type in the full telephone number, so 10 digits, and then click send, and they're off. Next, let's talk about call forwarding. You would use call forwarding in a situation where you want all the calls that normally come in to your extension to ring at either a different extension or an external number. And so to set this up, what you'll do is you'll dial *72, followed by either the 10-digit telephone number that you want the phone to ring at, or the 3-digit extension number that you want the calls to go to. So in this case, I want my calls to go in to extension 101. So I'm going to dial 101 after the *72. Then I'm going to press dial. The system's going to play a message, and then it's going to end the call. And you'll see that the icon next to our extension has now changed. It's now a little handset with an arrow icon. This means that the phone is currently forwarded, and any calls that come into this extension will actually be forwarded to another place. And it actually tells us where it's being forwarded to in the top right. When we're ready to turn off call forwarding and we want the calls that come into this phone to ring again, what we'll do is we'll dial *73 and then press the dial button.
Forwarding is now disabled.
The phone will play a message and then end the call. And you'll see that the icon next to our extension will change back to the normal handset icon with the check mark. That's how you know that forwarding is turned off. You're also able to do conference calls with 3 people on this service, and so let's show you how to do that. So first you'll get the first caller on the line. In this case, I'm gonna dial out, but it could also be someone calling into you. And what you'll do is we'll click the More button here, followed by the Conference button. We are going to dial the number of the second person we would like to talk to. It can be a coworker or it can be an external number. Now we're currently only talking to the second caller. In order to merge the calls together, we're going to click the More button again and then Conference. Now you'll see on the screen it says Active Conference and we have all three people talking together. When we're done with the conference, we can just click End Call to end the call. The desk phones have a special feature where you can intercom another phone. So let's say that you want to open up the speakerphone on your phone and a coworker's phone. You can do so by dialing 08, followed by your coworker's extension, press dial, and now we have an intercom open between these two phones. When you're done with the intercom, you can simply click End Call to terminate the call. Let's talk about setting up your voicemail greeting. All mailboxes come with a default greeting, which you can hear here. So I'm going to show you the default one, and it'll have your name in it.
Hello, Janie. Jane is unavailable. Please leave a message.
So that's the default one. To change your mailbox greeting, you'll press the mailbox button, enter your PIN, followed by the pound key. Then you'll press 6, 1, 1. Then you'll follow the instructions to record your greeting. After you're done, you'll press the pound key, and then you'll press the 1 key to save it. And that's it. Your mailbox is now set up. All right, that's it for today. And if you have any other questions, as always, please feel free to reach out to our support team at support@BlueCloudUSA.com, and they will be more than happy to assist you with your questions. And for now, have a great day.